Hi everybody, it's Carla from Casey Creates, and I wanted to come and do a little craft with me video. I'm working on some wintry Christmas themed bunting flags, and I just finished some shabby vintage ones that I posted a video to do a project share um, a few days ago. And now I want to craft with you. Not sure what we'll chat about, but I think it's always more fun to craft along with a friend. Sometimes I'm fortunate enough to craft with my sister over at her house. I think she's working. What's today? Friday? I'm probably the only one not working today. Everyone else is at work. But our clay studio is on break this week, which is wonderful. I just spilled some tacky glue, which you can't see because it's not in frame, but since I spilled it, I'm not going to waste it. And I'm going to frame this little sentiment that says peace on earth. So this is just me crafting and you visiting with me while I craft. I'm not gonna say it's a tutorial, so to speak, though if you would like to take any of the little tips that I'm doing, you are welcome. I think it's a pretty straightforward type project, and thankfully it's quite easy. I like to do these flags because they're simple and you can then be as creative as you want with the actual decorating. And I wasn't even really, I'm going to look up bunting flags and just find out. I remember seeing them in old-timey carnivals and fairs just as decoration. Even in the Downton Abbey series, if you watch when they're doing I think they had like a beach fair or event and there were bunting flags everywhere, and some people call them bunting, some call them we call them flags here in America. I've heard them called banners. I don't guess it really matters as long as we know what we're talking about, right? So when I'm crafting, I literally am just kind of working in my own space, in my own head. I try not to follow too many rules, except for rules that will make sure it stays together and doesn't fall apart. But other than that, I like to just create. And I don't usually use tacky glue for this, but since I spilled the tacky glue, I wanted to use that. So I'm going to let that dry for a minute, and I'll show you what I used as my shape and what I'm going to mount these on. Target, when they're discarding a lot of their products, usually from the dollar spot area, they end up in Goodwill. And even though these were only $1 at Target spot, I found them, I think I got 3 for $1 at Goodwill. They were just in a big basket, and these are bunting flags, and they call them a banner on here. So I picked these up so that I can mount them and make them a little more sturdy with my own paper. So I just used the actual flag as a template and cut out my own flags, and I used this Martha Stewart paper pad. This one, can you see that? It's what's it called? I don't think this one has a name. It just says paper pad, single-sided, acid-free. Anyway, it's definitely Christmas and winter theme. and it was really inexpensive. I think it was like $3 at the most, and I ordered it off of Amazon, and they still have these if you're interested. Just type in Martha Stewart paper pads and all the price ranges will come up, but the Christmas ones for some reason are really inexpensive. So I want to recreate one that I've already done, which is this angel one, and I just Mod Podged this sweet angel face image onto craft paper, scrapbook paper. I think I'm going to continue on with the tacky glue here for a bit. I always think I have a lot of tacky, spare bottles, and I kind of go through them quickly. But I'll tell you what today is like here in North Carolina. It is overcast and very chilly. And, I'm going to turn it this way. I like it that way better. It's very chilly out today. It starts to rain and then it stops. And it would be nice if it got cold enough to turn into snow. I know a lot of people think, oh, you want snow? Are you crazy? But I'm from Wisconsin, where it's really cold and snowy in the winter, and I miss it. So we look forward to a nice wintry day. It's rare to have a white Christmas, but you can always hope. So I'm going to go back to my Fabri-Tac now. And so yeah, I thought we'll just make a few bunting flags together. The paper pad is really nice because the colors are kind of cool and wintry and subtle. Well, some of them are. Some of them I think are a little bold and vibrant. But I'm going to keep it somewhat subdued by using the pale blue. This one has like a little feathery looking, I don't know if that's an arrow. I like it though. A little pattern. Oh goodness. So the one thing I have to accept, because sometimes I don't want to do a crafting video because I can be all thumbs. So I just have to accept that I'm not going to look like much of a professional doing this. But I know I like watching you all craft. When my friends say, oh, let's do a craft and chat or a craft with me, I'm all set to watch. Sometimes I even get to craft along. The only thing is they can get kind of long. At least I don't mind your long ones. I think the longer the better. It's like my television time. Because I find it hard to find things I really want to watch on actual television. So I watch YouTube videos. But so as not to bore you, I don't want mine to go too terribly long. So the angels are on, the lace is on. I'm going to, I think I'll put one more strip of lace up here. And forgive me while I take a drink because I can tell my throat is already getting dry. Okay, and then we'll put on this piece. I know I work with clay and pottery, and there's no way you can do that without being messy. So clay on my fingers doesn't really bother me, but for some reason glue on my fingers drives me crazy. I cannot stand the feeling of dried glue on my fingers, so I'll be stopping periodically to get the glue off my fingers. So I have these little foam squares, adhesive foam squares that I'm going to put on here, just to give this little sentiment some dimension. Yes, Rusty, can I help you? Whenever I'm on video, it seems like I think it's because he knows I'm talking, but nobody's here, so he's kind of like, who are you talking to? So he comes over to check it out. So I'm going to stick this little sentiment here, like so. A little bit of lace hanging over the image. That's kind of pretty. And then I have this fun piece here. They look kind of like bunting themselves when you see it in the actual strip. But I'm going to just add a little piece of this here. Anyway, like I was saying, the weather is chilly and damp today. Not a good day to go outside. So being that it's Friday, we'll probably have a nice cozy night at home, maybe watching a Christmas movie. Do you guys have favorite Christmas movies? I have these little foam glittered snowflakes. I think I want to put one here. We have our favorite Christmas movies because of the age of my boys. It's sort of like we went through one whole season of watching favorite movies with one son, and now we have another season with the other son because they're 8.5 years apart. Kind of like that. And so, of course, Elf is on the list. And oh my goodness, what's it called? It's a Netflix original, and it's called Santa. Is it called Santa Undercover or Santa? I'll have to get the name of it. It's super cute. Of course, they like Polar Express. That's a must-see TV during the Christmas season. So we have a few that we really like, and we'll watch one of those tonight. We usually watch Elf at least twice. And yeah, so I was making these little doves out of Fimo. It's that oven dry clay. And I had, this is the only mold I have. Now I have these resin doves somewhere. I pulled them out to use on this project about a week ago. I have no idea what I did with them. So my sister gave me this little latex mold, and you can press it down into the mold like this, and it makes a little lovebird. But when I pulled it out of the mold, it just didn't have enough dimension, and it did definitely just look like a little lovebird. It's really cute, but as you can see, it's really tiny. So I sat and putzed for a while and came up with some, by reshaping them, I came up with these. However, I put them in the oven too long, and I did not know this clay can actually burn. So they looked toasty brown, like the color of caramel. So I covered them with gesso. These ended up being way more trouble than I was expecting. But I think what I'm going to do is just add some stickles. Now I could dust these with my dusting glitter if I could find it. The glitter is probably wherever my little resin doves are. But they just need a little bit of sparkle and some time to dry. So I think all I'm going to do on this flag is glue down my dove. I want him right here. And I think that's a nice symbol of peace. I don't know, maybe he should have gone up here. Yeah. I think I'll put him there. So what will I put here? I have a smaller, I think, I have a slightly smaller snowflake. Yes, here it is, right here. Yeah, that'll go there. That'll work. Actually, I've got my hot glue. I'll use my hot glue gun. That'll stick a little bit better. So there, oops, I don't want that to stick through. There is my piece banner. I wonder if I should have, well, for now I have him with the dove right here. He might move a little bit. I kind of like it. I'll move it down just a teeny bit. Now I've probably got stickles all over my finger. But anyway, there's my Peace on Earth one. And then I'm going to do a second one. And I think I'll move to the blue. And the Winter Wishes sentiment. And I'm going to use one of these big snowflakes. There. I'm going to cut the hanger off. And what else? I like how these flowery flatbacks look snowflake-like, so I'll probably use some of that. And I punched a flower print, oh, I'm sorry for the glare, out of the snowflake silver paper. I think that would be pretty. Oh, and then there's things that I have in my stash that I'm thinking I'll never use. This is like a felt die cut, but I decided that would be pretty on this flag, so I'm going to use that. And just do a little bit of layering and we'll see what we come up with. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I got myself all engaged in creating this flag and I just kept going and realized I was not recording. So I actually finished this pretty snowflake icy blue one, and now I have two of them. I really like how they turned out. I'm going to wait and show you them all together, and if you want to join me, I'll try to do one more, which is another silvery one. And I have this sentiment. It was a little gift tag card that I got a pack of them at the thrift store. So I'm gonna put some lace trim around this one. I'm using my Fabri-Tac. I normally use the tacky glue, but since I'm doing it on camera, this dries faster. So I think I'll use this one instead. I wonder if I have enough of this lace. I might need a different, I'm going to start a new one. It's the one where you can weave ribbon through it, but I'm not going to weave any ribbon through it. We'll just cover that part up and just frame the picture. I like these really thin flat laces because they have such a delicate feel to them, which to me goes along with the snowflake and snow and the softness of fresh fallen snow, or like when you use it for anything angel related. Okay, so I just framed that with some lace, and I want to do the same thing around the edges of my flag. So I've been, I have one still in, or he just started high school, but he's not driving yet, so I'm still taxi. But where we live, they can actually start driving on their own at 15, which I don't think I would ever be okay with. So my one son's calling me saying he needs a ride home from one of the clubs he wants to do tonight, which is fine. But I'll just keep doing this until I have to jump in the car and go get him. So I'm really enjoying just the thought of the holiday season. I can't say we've really started enjoying it yet. I actually still have a box of decorations to put away. You know how you kind of pull everything out and then some of it goes up and some of it doesn't. I have the little remnants still laying around. So I'm also going to gather those up and get those taken out. So yesterday I was saying I was being a little snob about the foam roses, thinking they looked cheap. Well, I have to admit, I also thought that this faux diamond trim looks kind of cheap, but I stand corrected again because I really like how it looks on these bunting flags. So for crafting purposes, I really think it's pretty. And it's fairly inexpensive to use, but gives just the right touch when you're wanting something to glisten. So I'm going to use that on here. I hope this isn't getting too long for anyone. So as you can see, you can embellish these as subtle or as elaborate as you want. And some of these, I saw one on, is her name Christine Crafts, I think. Anyway, she's doing Vlogmas this year, and I've enjoyed watching her videos. But in the background of one of them, she's got these beautiful floral bunting flags, and they're literally just vintage roses and triangles. And it's so subtle but so pretty. So you don't have to overdo it. I tend to overdo it. I wish I wasn't like more is more, but I tend to go decorating crazy. It's just fun to see how much you can really embellish. And I was telling someone the other day, shabby chic, not that these are necessarily shabby chic, but like the altered bag I did the other day, oh my goodness, I just love how you can chunk it all on there and make it glistening and luscious with trims and pearls and bling. So lately that's kind of the way I've been operating. So in this corner I'm gonna put a little cluster of embellishment, starting with this little circle cut out. My sweet mom had a bunch of punches, craft punches, in her belongings, and that was one of the things I really wanted to have of hers. So I've been using her punches. It's not been a very easy time these holidays, so I am grateful for the ability to kind of escape and do crafting. Let's see, I've got some more of these. I think I'll pull out, oh, there's one, a silver snowflake. These are really pretty, these little foam snowflakes, and they started being 50% off at Hobby Lobby like around Halloween time. Things were already on sale, and what I discovered is like by next week they're going to be all out of this stuff. That kind of makes me sad because I feel like we get kind of, for lack of a better word, almost greedy, and then by the time people really have some time on their hands and they can sit down and enjoy decorating and crafting, they can't really find what they need in the stores. It's all gone. People say, snooze you lose, but I mean, oh, come on, do we have to? I think if we just wouldn't put it in the stores so terribly early, it'd give people a little more of a chance. But then there are crafters who, they need their supplies in order to do their craft fairs and get ready, so it's just the way of marketing and getting what you need, I guess. But anyway, this snowflake theme has been kind of fun to work with. I'm going to put one down here. I don't know if you've noticed, but I tend to work offline. I don't know the word to say. More on the diagonal. Like, I don't put things straight center. Or I'll often put something in this corner and then something down in the other corner if I'm working in a rectangle or a square. I don't know why I have that tendency, but I do. No, I don't want that there. I think I want a slightly larger one over here. I'm gonna put you right there. Or right there. Oh, you know what? Better yet, a little hot glue would be better. Because I feel like it needs the bulkiness of the glue to stay there. Okay. There's that one, and this little guy can go, oops, right, everything's sticking to me now, right here. Yeah, I like it there. Only I didn't do that on this one. Do I have another small one? For that one, I do. One more for that corner. This is so much fun. I guess I'd put this one a little further down than this one. And that's okay, it's just they won't be together, so when I hang them it'll be okay. So those are my bunting flags. I've got one of each style. And there are 6. So I've got 2 that say peace on earth and 2 that say winter wishes. I'm going to put this away. I was going to talk to you about one other thing, and that is our friends that have had to leave us because of the COPA rules. And I watched a lot in the beginning and just didn't say anything because I wanted to really understand. Well, I haven't really come to understand what's really going on yet. I do know that I miss some of our crafting friends terribly, and I'm sad that they had to go away, but I do understand that it's frightening to think you could be fined, and it's frightening to think that, you know, somebody could get the wrong impression from your videos, but I do not feel like it's fair that we have to guess and not know, and that can be very unnerving. So everyone has to make their own decisions for what's best for them and their channel. I want you to know I don't do Instagram, but I'm going to start trying to do Instagram so I can keep up with you all, because I really do consider you crafting friends. So I miss you. And those of you who have gone away, you know who you are. But no ill will. I want you to feel secure and safe in your crafting. It shouldn't be a stressful thing. It should be an enjoyable thing. So let's just keep in touch, and I hope you'll still watch even if you can't make videos right now. I'm gonna hang in there until further notice. I don't know any reason not to for now, but I'll keep you posted if anything changes. I'm gonna hope for the best. And I'm going to keep on crafting because it's what I love to do, and I really love visiting with you guys and making this a really fun hobby and outlet. I feel like I need something right there, don't you? What should we put there? If I had a slightly, well, maybe a white one would be okay. Yes, no? Are you yelling at the screen right now, telling me what to do? Do I have another white one? I don't have another white one, you guys. Because I figure if I'm going to put one there, I should put one here. Oh, but this one works. Okay, so... Oh, I already glued it on, too. Good. Let's see if I have another small one. Do I? Don't I? They don't have to be exactly the same. So I'll use this one. So I don't like when my voice sounds like this. It makes me just want to stop talking because I sound croaky. So I apologize. Anyway, here are my bunting flags for the blue ones, and there's just 6 on this one. I was trying to think of a 4th one that I could repeat, and I used this really bright blue. I'll show you the color. I don't have the flag over here right now, but it was this bright blue sparkly. It was just too bright. It probably isn't showing up as bright as it really is, but this sort of kept it nice and subtle. So these are the ones that I created. Tell me what you think. I thought it was really fun. I'm not sure if I have any more winter or Christmas related crafts up my sleeve for this year. These might be it for now. But I did post a video of some of my Christmas crafting back in late October. And then I did my vintage bunting flags and pink Christmas altered bag yesterday. So that's my Christmas crafting for now, and I really appreciate you joining me. I have actually a couple more videos. I have a haul, which is a paper haul where I've been just selectively buying random sheets of paper that you can get online. I bought a rare book from a woman on Etsy, and it's sort of a Tilda paper pad. So those are going to be fun, and so I thought I'd come back and share that with you too. But thanks again for joining me. I hope you all are well, and I'll be back again soon. Bye for now.